This season has been ugly for the Carolina Panthers. Baker Mayfield came into Carolina and he talked like a winner. But it hasn't translated on the field to start the season, and Baker has posted a QBR of 16.6 through 5 weeks. He's completed just 54% of his passing attempts, and he's thrown 4 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. The Panthers' offense has been dreadful to watch, and Bank of America Stadium has been flooded with away fans. This week, Panthers fired head coach Matt Rule after just 2 full seasons. Most Panthers fans were happy with the decision to fire Rule, but regardless, it's not a really good time to be a Panthers fan right now.
I decided not to go. I have season tickets and I didn't go.
Baker is horrible.
I don't know what's happened. He got 9 balls batted.
What?
9. That's got to be some kind of record.
You're right. It has been rough all around, particularly offensively over 3 years.
But you don't have to go back too far to find a time where it wasn't like this for the Panthers. Just a few short seasons ago, the Panthers were one of the most exciting teams in the NFL. Let's flash back to Week 12 of the 2015 season. The 11-0 Panthers are facing off against America's team on Thanksgiving Day. Up to this point in the season, the Panthers have been rolling, and on the first drive, Panthers safety Kurt Coleman intercepts a pass from Tony Romo and takes it to the crib for 6. The Cowboys didn't have much fun on this particular day, and the Panthers would go on to curb stomp them for the rest of the game. Tony Romo made a habit of throwing dots to Luke Kuechly, and the Panthers left Dallas with a 33-14 road win, staying undefeated on the season. The Panthers were a force to be reckoned with in 2015. The squad was coached by Ron Rivera, and Cam Newton led the offense while Luke Kuechly was the anchor on defense. Cam was in the middle of his best season ever, and the Panthers' defense was elite. The defensive front was led by defensive tackle Kawan Short, who helped stuff the run and provide interior pressure. The linebacking core of Thomas Davis, Shaq Thompson, and Luke Kuechly proved to be one of the best in football. Luke was everywhere on the field. From sideline to sideline, Luke Kuechly got it done in the running and passing games, and he was quickly proving to be one of the best linebackers of the generation. Josh Norman, Kurt Coleman, and veterans Charles Tillman and Roman Harper held it down in the Panthers secondary. The Panthers defense only allowed 19 points per game in 2015, and Cam Newton was getting the job done on the other side of the ball.
Unbelievable.
227 yards in the first quarter. It's a Panthers record.
Cam spent 2015 dotting, dunking, and dancing through defenses. He was putting together an MVP-type season, and he was doing it in a way that we'd never seen done before. Each game we saw something new from Cam Newton. He was running through, over, and around defenses, and each time he scored, he usually dabbed on them afterwards. Cam ran the ball with the physicality that we'd never seen from the quarterback position. And although the Panthers' receiving core that year was sketchy at best, he still slung the rock, eventually picking Greg Olsen as his favorite route runner. The Panthers came into 2015 with little hype, yet they finished the season with a 15-1 record. They entered the playoffs as the favorites to win the NFC. They'd go on to beat Seattle in the divisional round before dominating the Cardinals in the NFC Championship at home. Cam threw for over 300 yards, and the Panthers' defense suffocated Carson Palmer, forcing him to throw 4 interceptions. The Panthers' defense would finish the day with 7 takeaways. This was the Panthers at their peak. The defense was putting the ball in Cam Newton's hands, and he was rewarding them with touchdowns. Panthers fans were elated as their team looked damn near unbeatable. Cam and company walked into the Super Bowl, and they were set to face off against Peyton Manning and the Broncos. The Super Bowl was ugly for Carolina fans. The Panthers struggled offensively and can only muster 10 points against Von Miller and the stout Broncos defense. Cam completed only 18 of his 41 passing attempts, and the offense turned the ball over 4 times. The Broncos would go on to win the game 24-10, and Peyton Manning finished his legendary career with another Super Bowl victory. This was a heartbreaking way to end such a memorable season, and Cam received a ton of backlash for not jumping on a fumble late in the fourth quarter from fans and media. Had the Panthers been able to win that game, they'd be remembered as one of the best single-season teams of all time. There's no doubt that Cam's performance in the Super Bowl slightly tarnished his legacy, but it's not how he should be remembered. Instead, Cam should be regarded as one of, if not the best Panther to ever suit up. From the moment he was drafted, Cam brought excitement to Charlotte. He brought an MVP trophy to Carolina, and the way that he did it was remarkable. Cam Newton put his body on the line every week, and he made the Panthers unique on offense. This era of Panthers football was fun, and it was exciting to watch, something that many Panthers fans may have taken for granted at the time. But now that we find ourselves locked in the era of Baker, Sam, and PJ, it's hard not to miss Super Cam.